everyone, it's Gwathorn from Gwathorn's Games, and I'm doing the easy to play Mariner. I'm now level 46 and I am going through, I've just started into Moria and I'm picking up quests along the way, but I thought I would show you a little bit of the gameplay for, okay, there's an elite or a signature just about to pop up, so I just thought from scratch I might show you how that goes. Okay, now it is 5 levels higher than me and it is gone. I didn't even get through the full set. So this is a relatively strong character, and I'll just, oh, look at that, look at the improvement on that. Okay, so the gear that I've been using is from the skirmish camp. It was the level 43 gear from the skirmish camp. I'm going to go down now and talk to, might as well get on the, might as well ride, but I'll just do one more battle and then I'm just going to go and do the goblins down here as part of it, but these are all red, and I'm not particularly worried about them. Okay, so I'll do a couple of them and then I'll show you what, actually I may as well bring that up now. I'm running a red line and I've gone down as far as conclusive strike. I get the attacker's advantage, so the advance applies a bleed. I've got the advance becomes sweeping advance, and I've also thrown in the motivating melody, which gives me a second heal because the minute long heals are a bit too long. But yeah, it's basically a red line character. I don't have anything sitting in virtue traits at this point, but I would go for the more aggressive ones. As you see, I'm looking at those now. But let's take a bit of a run, and starting from number 1. Okay, so I'll go back in, just run through them. Okay, so as you can see, relatively straightforward. Might even get up to 5 at that point. Let's go again. Oh, I've got a stun. Okay, let's go for it. As you can see, this is really quite simple. For something that is, I'm fighting red creatures. Okay, just keep moving on. Actually got to the end of my list of aggressive skills. Okay, and we'll just keep going, and then I will, when we get to the end, I will show you what I've got there. Oh, I need a bottle. I need some healing. Huh. How about that? Okay. And I'm just keeping on. I'll just keep on. You can just keep going with this. This is relatively straightforward. There's a thrust at the end, finishing move. Okay, and I'll just pick these up and then I should be able to hand them in. Oh, I've got another stun. I'm doing this so fast. Let's just round a few of the red ones up. I'll go for 5 of them. I'll get really cheeky. Okay, now I can heal myself back up again with the extras in the bottle. So that is a very easy to play Mariner. Okay, so now having shown that, I will actually, yep, that's a lot better than what I've got. Just going through Moria, I'm going to start picking up some good stuff, and that will tell me to go further on. Okay, so as you can tell, that is really very, well, it's really easy. Now I've got to show you what I've got. So just to show, these really are from the skirmish camp. I actually have a 25% bonus, the token of the Hornberg, just so I could get experience that much faster. And I've got an 8% out of combat speed necklace that crafted by the jewel crafter. And these really are just level 43 gear out of the skirmish camp. But I'll actually show you what I've got as traceries. So, Heraldry of the Sparrow, yeah, it's fairly straightforward. Swordplay damage, so I've got an extra 9% swordplay damage. I've got nothing bigger than rares, so purples. Extra forward skills damage of 13.5%, extra critical chance, and in the Mariner's Haversack, I've got extra thrust damage, because thrust is the one that I start with. Extra swordplay finisher damage, that's all the way down at lunge, which doesn't usually happen all that much, and the heroic precision to give myself that extra plus 3% critical chance. Now, as you can see, I really didn't need that much healing, but when it was needed, Toss a Bottle and Motivating Song were quite useful. Now, as I said, Motivating Song is over here in the blue line, which was useful. I mean, it gave me an extra 10% morale, and it healed me a bit for some morale as well. So it's a nice addition to the red line. But I will go through the skills. So I'm using the Shanty Steady 4, which gains 4 power pips over time. It kind of keeps it over on the 4 side of things, which is the red side of things. The blue I'm not using basically at all. So I'm using Thrust with that extra tracery advantage because it gives extra advanced damage, and extra advanced applies the bleed and single target attack damage and aggressive strike damage. Repose, because it again gives advanced damage and mark foes damage, but Sweeping Advance just does more damage and also bumps the finisher skills damage. So these 3 in a row. So I've got Sweeping Advance, so that's an AoE, and I've got all of these pushing in to deal, so Advance deals more damage as an AoE. Then I've got Feint, which makes Cutover become an AoE attack, and Compound Attack critical chance. Then I've got Cutover, which is now an AoE, which is why I was able to take on as many as I did there. So I've got this is an AoE, this is an AoE. Then I run into Compound Attack, which makes Lunge apply an additional bleed, which then I've got the finisher of Lunge, which I rarely get to use, but it's there just in case it's needed. So it's a combination, and it just flows from one to the next. If it's still, whoever it is still kicking around, as soon as you get to one of these, you just move to the next one, and then move to the next one, and then move to the next one. You've got, as I said, you've got Toss a Bottle, and motivating song as your heals. You've got the belly of brine to remove wounds and disease, and you've got your shake off dazes and stuns. Now, I did have previously on guard, blade shield, and dodge lining up before, and they do give nice bonuses, but I'm just not taking enough damage to justify being defensive. So what I will do, this is absolutely full, you can ignore that, but this is doing a lot of damage. So I'll go back, I'll just take over these two again, and I'll actually go through what I've got. Now, I've not used check step. I could have, because it gives an extra 25% damage, but I just don't slot it in. If I really wanted to, I could just move that out, slide them all across. And again, going from one. So check step, and we'll see how we go. Check step, thrust, there we go, and back to check step, thrust, advance, yep, here we go, we're going through again. So I won't go all the way through, but you can see just how much damage that these in combination do. And as I said, this is against red creatures, so very easy to play. I don't need any healing at this point. Oops, I've got a stun, I've got to shake that off. But as you can see, this is a really easy thing to play. So that extra 25% damage is actually pushing it, but it's an extra key to hit. So let's round these four up again, and I'll go for it again. Repose, advance, fate, cutting attack, thrust. I'll go for a heal, because that was at the end of that, and those four red creatures are just gone. Okay, well, I could just, I didn't even have Shanty Steady on. I could just keep going with this. This is really quite straightforward gameplay, and I'm now back up the other side. Take those on. But that's a very easy to play character, I have to say. For what you can push, how you can push this character, it is a very easy play character. Now that extra 25%, that extra slot, extra 25% damage it's up the damage. Okay everyone, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye all.